are going to go get our books for the month. I got all of these books. Hello my lovelies, welcome back. My name is Viry for those of you who are new here. As you all read or saw in the title, we are going to go get our books for the month. I do have a few books at home that I bought last month impulsively, so I don't think we're going to be getting too many books, but as promised, I do want to go to an indie bookstore today. I was going to go to Goodwill as well to see if I can get any thrifted books. I would love to do a whole vlog about that, but I think since I already have a few books at home and I have at least 3 books that I am getting specifically, it would be better for me to go to the thrift store when I don't have anything in mind that I want to buy. And then we can do our Kindle picks when I get back. Probably tomorrow because the time changed today and I don't know how much sunlight I'll have. I also did want to stop by a little coffee shop place, not to get coffee, but they have these little desserts that I really want to try. So I'm thinking of stopping there first and then going to the bookstore that I'm planning to go to. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do that. So grab a drink, get cozy, and let's get started. I got a few little treats. I didn't get that many because I knew they would be a little bit pricey, but I've been wanting to try this place ever since I saw them pop up on my Instagram. It's a local store. So these are the treats. Can y'all see? So I got a mini Dubai chocolate thing. I got this milk chocolate raspberry mousse cake. And then I don't know what this one is. It's like a mango one. Let's try the mango one first since I have no idea what it is. So we'll try this one first. So good. It tastes like a mango sorbet ice cream with like a little bit of milk in it. I'm not gonna eat them all. I just want to try them because I'm gonna share them with my boyfriend when I get back. So this is the other one. This is the raspberry chocolate. Can you focus on me? Sorry. That one, the chocolate was a little bit overwhelming up until you got to the raspberry combo. I think it's what it's called, like the filling in the middle. That's really good. And then the chocolate heart. That is all really good. I think from all of them, the mango one took me by surprise. This is my favorite. I'm gonna have another piece. These were really good. Good little treat. Now I gotta figure out which bookstore I want to go to because I'm in the completely opposite side of town that I wanted to be at. I think I have to go to the other side of town anyway. We'll see. Let's go. It is a new day. As expected, I lost light, so I could not record my haul yesterday. Right now, I want to talk about the books I have at home that I'm planning to read for my November TBR, and then we'll do a TBR jar pick and go over our book haul. If y'all watch my spooky reading vlog video, I actually ended up buying a few books at Target that day. 2 of them I wanted to add to my November TBR. The first one is Lights Out by Novessa Allen. This is the first book in the And Into Darkness series. This is a reread for me. I read it literally I think the day it got released or something like that a while back, and I enjoyed it, but it's not what I wanted at the moment because I thought it was going to be a purely dark romance, and it turns out it's a dark rom-com. I was not aware of that going in, and like I said, I enjoyed it, but it wasn't what I was looking for at the moment. So I want to reread it knowing what I know now, that it's more comical. There are darker topics, but it's not terribly depressing or anything like that. We're reading this. And then the other book that I have at home is the second book to Phantasma, which is Enchantra. I believe this is also kind of like a standalone style. I think it's more of an interconnected series. Enchantra is about the sister of the main girl in the first book. I can't remember what the sister's name is. From what I remember, Phantasma was kind of like paranormal romance fantasy. It was very interesting. I love the gothic vibes that I got from it, but I've heard that the second book is actually so much better than the first book. I'm I'm just like,
why not? Let's give it a try.
I'm very curious to see what I think because Genevieve in the first book I wasn't a huge fan of. I'm very curious to see how my opinions change reading this book. That's book number 2 in our November TBR. Let's go over my book haul and then TBR jar picks to kind of get an idea of how many books I'll be reading. I will be the first to admit I went a little bit overboard, okay? I can't even pick them up. I got all of these books. But hear me out, okay? Hear me out. I only bought these 3. I got these for free. Let's start off with the ones I actually bought. So the indie bookstore I went to had a sale that actually ended that day where if you spend more than $50, you get to choose from this bookshelf of books. As many books as you want. You can take as many as you want for free. The only thing is that they were either slightly damaged or because they were slightly damaged, they would have to tear off the front cover. There were books that did have like the cover torn off and stuff like that. There were a lot of options and I did get a few books. Before we get into what I got for free, let's talk about what I bought. So as y'all saw, I picked up War Storm by Victoria Aveyard. This is the final book in the Red Queen series. I'm very excited to read this actually because the way King's Cage ended, it just felt like such a conflict in my opinion, and I really want to see how Mare handles the situation because I just want Mare to thrive. So that's book number 3 in our TBR. The next 2 books are book club books. I am in 2 book clubs, one in person and one online. I dropped one of the other book clubs because I noticed that we kept reading the same genre, the same type of books, and I was kind of getting tired of it. So I decided to step away and just focus on these other 2 instead. The first book is my in-person book club and we chose murder mystery as a genre, but I asked for it to be a cozy murder mystery because I had read way too many dark books in October and I just needed a little bit of a break from dark books. The book that ended up winning was The Thursday Murder Club by Richard Osman. This is apparently a Netflix film. I actually almost watched the movie a week ago, so I'm glad we chose something else because then I would have watched the movie before reading the book, and for me, I don't like doing that. I don't know what it's about. I vaguely feel like it's going to be like the game Clue, but I really don't know what this book is about. I have heard a lot of good things. In-person book club book number 4. The other book club that I'm in, this is an online book club. We are reading Dungeon Crawler Carl by Matt Dinniman. This is, I believe, like a fantasy sci-fi kind of book. And if I remember correctly, it's kind of like a game show book. I think it's either kind of like a video game show. I can't remember what it is. I know that there's kind of like challenges, kind of games in it. It seems fun. I'm excited to read it. So that is book number 4. That's the 4th book in our November TBR. Just to wrap up our TBR, let's just do the TBR jar and then continue on to the free books that I got. There's a book that I actually picked out for October I did not get to, but I do want to read. So we're tacking that on to our November TBR, and that's The Shadows That Listen. I still don't really know what it is. I think it's like a paranormal fantasy, and I just know that it might be about angels and demons. I'm not sure, but I do want to get to that this month. We'll do a TBR jar pick. I put a bunch of new papers in here. I'll be honest, I did not check if all of these were on Kindle Unlimited. So if I end up picking one that's not on Kindle Unlimited, I'm probably not going to read it just because I'm not going to go out of my way to buy it. These are just meant for me to be able to use my subscription. Picking out our next book. Here it is, and let's see what we got. The Curse of Saints. I'm assuming that's also another fantasy. Usually my TBR jars are spicy or romantic books that can be found on Kindle Unlimited. That's kind of that. And then as for my Spanish book, the bookstore I went to did not have that big of a Spanish selection, and I wasn't really prepared to pick out a book or order a book in Spanish. So what I'm going to do is, if I end up reading through my whole TBR jar, then I will probably pass by Barnes & Noble and buy a book in Spanish, or look up a title and see if I can find it on Kindle. So I don't have a Spanish book for today, but I will hopefully try to get to it at some point this month. If not, I'm not upset about it or anything. That's just how things worked out. Lastly, let's go over the free books that I got. So like I said, these were all free because I spent over $50 at the bookstore. I ended up taking advantage of that. I'll talk about these two books first, which is The Butcher's Masquerade and This Inevitable Run. They're both by Matt Dinniman, and this one is book 7 and this is book 5 of the series. And you might ask yourself, Viry, why did you buy book 5 and 7? Well, my dear audience, I got book 5 and 7 because we got book 1 and I have a feeling I'm going to continue reading the series. So why not get it for free if the option was there? I don't have to buy it. I don't know how much these books are. They're huge. I don't even know how many books there are. Apparently, this goes up to 7s. So I'm just like,
why not? It will encourage me to read it.
They were there. They were free. I don't see how these were damaged. Maybe the actual cover. I got those 2 books for free, and then the other 2 are also kind of maybe an interconnected series. I think they're both standalones. So this one is, you could see it is slightly stained somewhere right here on the sprayed edge area and then down here, but it's a book. I don't care. I've never read this author before and I'm just like, why not? So both of these are romance books. This one I think was just folded pages. It wasn't even that damaged, honestly. This one's called Never Look Back and this one is Promise Me Always, and they are by A.L. Jackson, and these are supposed to be spicy small town romances. This one is an enemies to lovers small town romance packed with tension, angst, and all the spice. I guess enemies to lovers trope. And then this one says the single dad fake engagement small town romance filled with angst and spice. Like I said, never read anything from this author. I just wanted kind of a fluff filler book in between. I might pick one of these up in the month if I need to shake it up a little bit, but it's not something I'm focused on reading at the moment. It feels like I went overboard, but at least out of the 7 books I got, 4 of them were free, and that was great. I very much appreciated that. We'll see when I actually get to these books, especially these 2. Yeah, I just made myself commit to the full series at this point. Just to go over my November TBR once again, I will be reading The Shadows That Listen, The Curse of Saints, Dungeon Crawler Carl by Matt Dinniman, The Thursday Murder Club by Richard Osman, Warstorm by Victoria Aveyard, Enchantra by Kaylee Smith, and Lights Out by Nevessa Allen. So that is a total of 7 books. And like I said, I'm going to browse, see if I can find anything in Spanish that I could pick up later on in the month. I also have access to Libby, so if anything, I can also look there. But yeah, that's kind of it for this video. That's all I have for y'all today. I will be doing an October wrap up this month, so stay tuned for that. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know down in the comments below, what are you reading for November? And if you haven't done so already and you would like to, please subscribe. I usually make book content and now and then I make some lifestyle vlogs. But thank you all so much for watching. Have a beautiful day and I will see y'all next time. Bye bye.